Click. All right.
Alrighty. Welcome to the PSBS, that's the PlayStation Podcast. I'm your host, Coach TPS and Body Voice. My coach here is
Andrew Arenas, double is
yes, and this is episode 35.
35 of the
The
podcast.
new episode 35. We did record episode 35 last week, but due to some technical difficulties and ultimately just deciding to pass on that episode, we're just going to make this week episode 35.
A large catch-up week with all of the viewer mail that was sent in.
Yes, we have so much viewer mail, and we have more. We have way more viewer mail than anything we can potentially go over for news. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to devote this episode to be a viewer mail special, basically.
Mm-hmm. For the fans. And
for the fans. Yes, for the fans and all that. A whole bag of questions to answer. We're going to do that all this episode.
So, yeah, we got, even though as much as I would like the questions to be posted on our new PlayStation community.
Yes, we have that.
I would like that, but I do get them inquiry through direct messaging and all other sorts of spectrums. But please, if you have like a simple one that maybe you're afraid to ask in public, just shout it out. Maybe it won't be that bad. I mean, if you're scared to ask, maybe what's I don't know, just something maybe you don't want to ask, or maybe people knowing, maybe you could just refer to me or whatever. But I mean,
direct messaging and stuff. But
direct messaging works.
Direct messaging and stuff, and like I said, we got that new community thing you can join, and on PlayStation, like I said, you can post questions there and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Good stuff there. So,
we start with questions.
Yeah, let's start with some questions.
Alrighty, let's talk a little bit about Until Dawn first. One of the best games of the year.
Yes, so much fun with Until Dawn. Haven't finished it yet because I haven't had time to, but I am close to the end of
it. This question might kind of stick. It's not about the game's ending or anything like that, but it's about the future of Until Dawn due to the fact that we got a little bit more talk about Until Dawn's sequel potential.
Yes.
Due to the fact that the game was very successful. Well-deservedly so. Now, Jacob Sanchez asks, any chance of DLC for Until Dawn?
Okay. Well, the developers have recently talked about how they said that they're not currently developing DLC, but they are open to the idea of developing DLC. Basically, if they can come up with a good enough idea.
Yeah, but it kind of rings me not in a bad way because I mean it's difficult, especially for that kind of game, to make DLC.
Well, I mean, it could be just little one-off stories or something.
Yeah, it could be, but that's going to take a lot of work. And I mean, if it has like another cast, I mean, it can be done. I mean, we've seen something of that kind of scale done. It's just, it's going to take a lot of time, and it's just like at that point, you might as well just make a sequel or just like another game of that realm of Until Dawnness.
Yeah, well, I can see something maybe not happening right away, but like let's say, a couple of months from now they do put out a DLC, and that's kind of more like to hold you over until the sequel, the inevitable sequel.
I would like better as an Infamous First Light deal where you don't even need the main game; it's just a downloadable piece that you just get off the store.
Yeah, that can work too, especially if it is a one-off story.
Yes,
so that means...
but it's short. Like it's not even a $30 thing. Like it's $20. It's Wolfenstein the Old Blood deal.
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool for if it is a standalone story and that would allow people to kind of play it, and they're like, oh, I really like this, and then that encourages them to buy the full game.
Yes, exactly.
With the rest.
That model has worked, and I think Sony really likes it, especially the success of Infamous First Light, and also the success with Bethesda's Wolfenstein the Old Blood. So
yeah,
I think that model could work really well with Until Dawn because I think Until Dawn is going to be quite possibly a new series for Sony.
Yeah, unlike a certain other developer that's kind of screwing over some of their fan base a little with their DLC.
Well, which one? Which game?
What Telltale's doing with their next Walking Dead thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where you need Season 2. It's so stupid that you need Season 2. Mm-hmm. Because Season 2 was like we talked about. It was that borderline game where it was like in between generations of the PS3 and PS4.
Yeah.
So a lot of people played it on PS3, because it started on PS3 and they didn't bother getting it again on PS4 like I did. And now that the new Michonne story thing is going to be like DLC for Season 2, and you need Season 2, and I don't have the PS4 version.
Yeah, it hasn't really been on sale lately, but... I don't know, man. Halloween is coming up. Maybe it might be on sale in a Halloween sale in the store.
Yes, there is going to be a flash sale this weekend.
Okay, awesome.
So
we don't know what it's in it. So
yeah,
maybe,
we know what it's about. yeah, we know it is horror themed.
Hmm.
But we just don't know the exact games. But it is horror themed.
Yeah, I'm willing to
Um,
think it's like Walking Dead. I wonder if Until Dawn will be on sale, but Until Dawn is actually already $40 on either Best Buy
yeah,
or Amazon.
yeah. And GameStop I think has a $40 also this week.
Wow, only about 2 months, right? No,
2 months.
yeah, 2 months. That's not a bad time. And plus, the game did really well, so like it is really on a retailer to put it. So it's not a sign of like, oh, is
Yeah.
the game doing it? That was the order 1886 when it was going down pretty quick.
Mm.
But anyways, but actually, and then in other news, there was just a recent patch for Until Dawn, a large patch,
Oh yeah,
a
large
big
patch.
ass patch.
Yeah.
What was it, 10 gigs?
Yeah, something
Good
crazy like that. 10
lord!
gigs.
But
Oh.
I mean, when you look at the notes, it fixed a lot of crap.
Yeah.
So good on them. But yeah, I'm gonna take the same initiative as you. Finish Until Dawn sometime. Very excited.
Yes.
Um, alrighty, so kind of going away from Until Dawn, as good as that game is. Let's talk a
Mm-hmm.
little bit about Star Wars Battlefront. Dice's
Cool.
Star Wars Battlefront. It's the beta. It
Yes.
just ended.
Yes.
Biggest beta in EA's history.
Hmm.
Biggest. 9 million players across all platforms.
Well, that's what happens when you make it open to everybody.
Exactly. You don't just give it to the people who pre-order. I mean, if it was for people that pre-ordered, they would have.
They know you're already getting the game if you pre-order it.
Exactly. We got some questions here about Battlefront, and
Cool.
we'll actually go for the lesser ones first, the ones that might be a little
Yeah.
bit silly. This one comes
We'll
from
build up.
we'll see if it's silly. This one comes from Brian. He asks, "How come you can't roll side to side on Battlefront?" Well, that
Oh.
question I don't know, but I mean, yeah, how you were able to roll.
Yeah, well, I think the reason for that is
Hmm.
that okay, like with the old Battlefront games, it was locked in third person.
Yeah.
You know, and because it was locked in third person, they were able to do more movement actions. But since the new one's not really locked in third person, it's first person and third person. I think the animation or the overall movement just doesn't work in first person.
Well, I mean, yeah, I actually gonna have to agree with you in that because the games that do implement roll in first person is very disorienting and just
Yeah.
very it gets me motion sick because like I play GTA 5 like in first person and like you can roll right and
Uh huh.
just the rolling from side to side is just very
Yeah. So
so
that's yeah. That's why I think it is. I think it's because there's a first person option, and I don't know if they've confirmed it or maybe there will be later or something. But like if there is a mode where it's locked in third person
yeah,
mode,
that's what I was wondering about.
then
Yeah, that's. I wonder if yeah, no one has raised a question about that. If there's going to be like any locked first person or third person modes
there probably will be. I just assume there will be. Maybe like
later
custom
down
matches.
the line. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there'll be an update for custom matches and you can lock it to third person. Maybe if you lock it to third person, they might also let you roll. But I don't
I
know.
don't know. That's a
Because
whole other animation
yeah,
thing that they gotta put in and test, and
I don't know.
I don't know.
But that is a good question to decide is just
Mm.
whether or not there's going to be locked third person, locked third person or locked first person
Hmm.
when the game comes out. So,
Yeah, so
but yeah,
that one's a pretty simple one. This one comes from a guy named Guy.
cool. Hey,
Eh,
guy.
that guy, whatever,
Guy
TGI
Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie.
Guy
I
Ritchie.
mean, that would
Yeah,
be
Guy
pretty good.
Ritchie, man. He keeps emailing us, man.
Mm. Hmm.
It's not the first time Guy Ritchie has emailed us.
Yeah, man. All right. He asked, "Is Dice's decision to remove in-game voice chat in Battlefront a technical limitation?"
So what they meant? Okay, so I saw the headline, but I didn't really read into this. What they mean, like the in-game chat is just not there.
Yeah, he says, "Is Dice's decision to remove in-game voice chat in Battlefront a technical limitation?"
I don't know if that's a technical
I
limitation.
don't
I
think
just
it
think,
can be. Nah, it can't.
yeah,
Because
it can be.
yeah.
I think it's just priority because I think it's just one of those things where they realize. I mean, really, pretty much everybody who's going to be playing this is probably going to be playing in parties, and they're going to do their own, private party chat anyway.
The only
Because I mean,
yeah, uh-huh.
because I mean, I know pretty much all games I play, I play in the party chat. Because usually 90% of the time, the party chat is better than the in-game chat anyway.
Exactly.
90% of the time. So I guess I just figured like, oh, well, you're going to use that anyway, so let's just do something else.
Exactly. It's just I don't think it's a technical limitation whatsoever. Exactly. The sometimes the voice chat in inside the game is garbage. It is way better when you're just in a regular party. The only thing that is strikingly a little bit jarring is that there is a mode that does require communication, but thus you can't communicate like to other players inside of the game. But then again, you'd probably be inviting those people that you see in that party, and maybe just like, hey, meet them up. You gotta meet new people.
Yeah.
You'll hear them better, and you'll cooperate better, and you'll win better, and seeing the interface tools already so far, at least for the UI of like the selection screen and everything else, is pretty clean and it works well and fast. And I think it'll be fine. We'll see.
Yeah.
So by no means a technical limitation whatsoever. I'm sure Dice's game is at least very technically sound, and I don't think a simple voice chat. And then plus it'd be crazy too. I mean, how many players?
Yeah, there's a lot of players that would just be talking all over each other.
Good lord. So yeah, that's about it for Battlefront, I believe. I'm just gonna check in here. Yeah, nobody really asked us our thoughts on Battlefront though. But I mean, what'd you think of the beta? Pretty mixed feelings on it. But I mean, what'd you think? From other people, I mean.
Oh, I mean, I liked it. I didn't play it too much. Like I didn't play extensively. I played it for like maybe one night. But I mean, I really like it. I mean, right off the bat, like I said, just the graphics are just amazing. Like you just
making me want the campaign.
Yeah, you just look at that. You look at that visual, like just the details in the gun and the sound, the sounds, and just the scope. The maps are really big, and there's like a scope to. There's like a feeling of like scope, and you know, to the maps and the combat.
Yeah.
And you see the combat, and you see like the stuff flying above your head. I love just the overall presentation is really great.
Yeah, they definitely nailed that. I mean, it's definitely something that's going to have to be topped, or like equally matched, or even topped by Visceral's game next. But the thing about Visceral's game is different because this is just adapting what's already been existing in Star Wars, right? Well, the Visceral game is going to be kind of new.
Yeah.
So I hope, at least think so. It's going to be different. But I mean, I really enjoyed the beta. I had a good time with it. There are some issues with maybe some spawns and maybe some balance with the rebels and the Empire in that Walker mode. And I did make some complaints about the little survival mode, but then again, that was only like the introductory waves. So, I mean, that was like quick. I mean, I remember saying to myself like, "Oh, we're just getting started," and then it ends. I'm just like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm sure that will be greatly expanded.
Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, I mean that's what DICE stressed. They said that like the beta is only a small fraction of what's in the game. Like just as far as like just the content and everything. And
I'm very glad that DICE is at least aware of the balancing issues, especially with the Walker mode. A friend of mine greatly noticed that. I mean, like the first day he played the beta was just terrible, and I believe also DICE even took into recognition this one player who played this beta so much, and he looked into his stats, and every time he played as the Rebels, he lost in that mode. He didn't win a single time. I guess that's really keeping true to the movies.
Yeah, and I mean you gotta think too of the maps. I mean you gotta think of it too. Like Hoth is like a primarily, I guess, Empire map, and what was the other map they had in the game?
Oh
in the beta.
I mean, there was like another variant of that. I thought, right?
There's no snow. It was just all rocks and mountain or something.
Yeah, but it took place on Hoth, didn't it?
Oh, it's Hoth without snow.
Hoth without snow.
But yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, will I rush day one? It's November. When is it? November.
November 17th.
It's after Black Ops 3.
It's 2 weeks after Black Ops 3.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
But it's 1 week after Fallout 4.
Man, that's fine too. It's at least 1 week. It's not the same day.
Yeah.
Same day is crazy. Yeah, give it a shot. Because I think my friend's going to get a Fallout. I think I'm going to get Fallout 4, and then my friend's going to get Battlefront, so it's win-win.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking for Battlefront. I think it's going to be the first game I ever get digitally. Like a full-price game at digitally.
Wow.
Mostly because, I'm just doing that mostly because it's a multiplayer. Well, it's a multiplayer game, and it's going to be a game that I'm going to play, and my brother's going to play. My brother has his own PS4 now, so I want to be able to put it on both our systems, you know? So... You know, and because it's multiplayer, so we're going to be playing. I mean, I know we both want to play Fallout 4, but I've already got my Pip-Boy edition pre-order, so I have to get a physical copy.
There you go.
So, but I think for Star Wars, I'm just getting down with digital.
Yeah, I believe Fallout 4 is going to be digital, and I think Battlefront, strangely enough, is going to be a physical copy. So, because since my friend is getting it, so he wants to get a physical copy of Battlefront. But
Yeah.
yeah, it should be fine. As for like the season pass stuff, we'll have to see until like what I really think of the game. Like if I play it like months from now, and then it'll solidify me getting the season pass. I'm excited to see what future content holds for this game. I mean, I sure am. Especially like what maps are going to be there, maybe potential new modes. But
would it be too much to ask for like a prequel content pack?
Oh my lord. That's what I'm saying, right?
Like that'd be pretty. I mean, that'd be a really big pack though to add. All new maps and character models and ships and all that.
Well, that's what expansion packs of these natures are supposed to be.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. It's a possibility.
Holy crap! Imagine that next gen. I love it.
I want to see my clone troopers next gen.
Yes.
I want to see my Darth Maul next gen character.
And see my Gungas next gen Gungans or as George Lucas likes to call Gungas or Gungas. I think that's how he says it. Like in the behind the scenes video of Star Wars Episode 1.
Oh.
Gungas.
Yeah.
That's Gungans, isn't it?
Gungans? I don't know.
Gungans. Screw it.
If George Lucas says it must be true.
Yes, exactly. It comes from him. But yeah, that's about it for Battlefront. Now, speaking of more multiplayer shooters,
yes.
This one is a question directly towards me about Destiny. And it's from a guy named Joshua, and he asks, does Destiny's microtransactions bug you at all, Andrew? And I guess this is the recent announcement of Destiny's microtransactions, and now they're being implemented, correct?
Yeah, there's a new silver currency in the game, and now let me say you can earn them in game.
There you go. So you don't have to buy them.
You don't have to buy them. You just can buy them.
Well, let's already settle one thing here, because look, microtransactions aren't anything new. It's basically in every single game, even in the games that I love.
Metal Gear Solid,
Grand Theft Auto 5. Not BioShock Infinite though. BioShock Infinite doesn't have as much. It probably would have microtransactions if it was released in 2015. But they have microtransactions. Last of Us has microtransactions as well.
Yes.
For little emotes and hats. Those are microtransactions.
And Uncharted 4 is going to have microtransactions.
Oh boy, that hasn't even been officially announced yet, but it's gonna get microtransactions.
No, it will, because they already talked about if you pre-order, you get so many Naughty Dog points.
Yeah, but they haven't really come out straightforward and said it though.
There's going to be buy Naughty Dog points.
Yeah, I know it for sure. It's just they haven't really said it.
The fact that your pre-order bonus is so many points is pretty much a big red flag that there's going to be microtransactions to buy those points.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's no denying it. I'm just saying that Naughty Dog hasn't really come out and officially said, oh, guess what? You're going to be able to buy the hats, the t-shirts, and the emotes, and all that stuff.
It's going to happen.
It is, but it's just, I'm waiting for that red flag to come from all sorts of people. Oh, Uncharted 4 is going to be the worst game of all time, and all that. But, look, I mean, post Destiny 2.0, I can't give a solid opinion on what this affects on it because I don't really pay attention to it.
Yeah, he doesn't play the game.
Exactly. So, do they bug me at all? No, because it's just probably like what it's like in any game. And you had stated that it's not something that is really required of the player, at least.
Yeah, you don't have to buy it. It is earnable in the game.
And as ridiculous as the prices are, probably, for some of the freaking dance moves, but other than that, I mean, I can't really say anything. I mean, the value is on the eye of the beholder, so I can't,
I mean, look at, what's one game? There's this one, oh yeah, there was, what game was it? It was, Jetpack Joyride. That was a free game for Vita and PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about that game, it was free, but they had microtransactions,
Yes.
to buy boosters and coins and all that
Mm-hmm.
crap, And that's a game where I haven't spent a single penny in that game, and I got 100% of the trophies.
There you
Like that was the thing where like, yeah, it would have been a lot easier for me to get those trophies if I would have bought some boosters or whatever. But nope, I just kept playing and playing and playing, and I got 100% of the trophies, which is apparently not hard, but it does take a while, especially if you're not using boosters, which I wasn't.
go. Yeah.
And as an example, like it's free to play, and I didn't spend anything, and I got all the the trophies and the stuff in the game. So
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm
Same.
curious about speaking of trophies. Does Destiny Taken King add any trophies to Destiny?
yes, it adds like 10 new trophies, I think.
It's 10?
I think 10. I don't know the exact number.
I mean, it's sounding like less than 20 at least. That's it? I mean, they didn't even add any trophies for like the regular expansion, so I'm okay. That's good, I guess. Enough about Destiny. Now let's talk about something else. This one comes from Mario939. He asks, "What's with the ridiculous streaming requirements of Square Enix games?" I guess he is actually referring to what game was it?
Yeah, you're going to catch me up to speed on this one. I'm not sure what he's asking.
God dang it! I had it in my mind yesterday when we were supposed to record, but Tales of Exilia? No, maybe. It's a new Square Enix game, but you can't. There's some weird streaming regulations that you can't stream it with the music, the game soundtrack. Like you have to turn the game's audio all the way down, or else you're gonna get like copyrighted on your stream. If you stream the game with the game's music, because supposedly the game's music's like really old or something.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I think okay. So I think what this is that like you said, some copyright infringement because of the licensing of the songs. I think we're now sadly getting to that point where there it
is. Wait, hang on. It is. Let's see. Deus Ex. No, it's not. Well, Deus Ex maybe had a little bit of troubles, but it probably wasn't that bad. What game is? Oh, it's Dragon Quest Heroes. Dragon Quest Heroes.
Okay. So we got the
PS1.
game down,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want you to stream the music. Okay,
Nope.
so yeah, I think sadly we're just getting to that point where now we're going to see more restrictions on streaming because now it's so easy and prominent. With the new consoles, with Xbox One and PS4, you can just easily stream your stuff to YouTube or Twitch and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So now, because the first year or so when these consoles came out, there really was no restrictions. Like, really, it's very rare you even see a block scene. 'Cause, that was something they said before launch of the consoles. Like, oh, some scenes can be blocked because well, it's up to the developer to choose what is a block scene and what isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, like, there was almost no block scenes in anything you play. But now we're starting to get to that point where we're seeing more block scenes. Like, there was an entire 10 to 20 minute sequence in Arkham Knight that was blocked out.
Oh.
I remember, like, towards the end of the game. Like, it was this whole section. Like, it was cutscene gameplay, all the gameplay, all leading up to this one cutscene, and it was all blocked. You couldn't stream it or record it or whatever.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, Rock Band, when you started up, the opening thing is blocked. The opening cutscene or whatever.
Yeah.
But, well, Rock Band's different, but we're going to say that in a second. It's just this thing where now developers are starting to realize, okay, yeah, streaming is a big thing now, so we need to put more restrictions. We don't want this and this being streamed because of story-wise and ending and all that. And now we're seeing it to where now it's even, spreading into, like, copyright stuff where, like, Rock Band 4, if you stream it, the music doesn't play, right?
You only hear the sound effects.
You only hear the sound effects, which is really weird. So it's like, well, I can see the lyrics, I guess, if you're playing vocals, but I can't actually hear the song. Now, if you record your gameplay, does it do the same thing, or is that only if you stream it?
Yeah, you can't even record your gameplay. That's the thing.
If you record, does the same thing?
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Okay, because I haven't tried recording yet.
Oh, I've dissected the things that you could do with this game, man. I mean, I even tried to share play.
Yeah. But
I don't even need to discuss that. In other words, it doesn't work. Don't even try it. So,
yeah.
that's your only hope of online playing is crushed.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it's just this thing where now streaming is such a big thing that now there needs to kind of be regulations, or at least these developers are realizing they need regulations.
Well, I think it's just developers realizing that these regulations are being in place and that they need to figure out a way how to fix it. That's the only thing. Like, so then there aren't as many of these strange restrictions because, unfortunately, it is not just this game that has it's been happening to. Um, you can go read over at Kotaku's article that's called "Square Enix latest streaming restrictions are ridiculous," and it's a pretty interesting article that tells you just limiting people's way of streaming streaming their games from Final Fantasy 14, Dragon Quest Heroes, Deus Ex. So
Yeah, like I said, it's weird, but I mean, I don't know. These developers just have to either, find better ways to kind of restrict their content, or just get over it. Like you sold this game to these people. I mean, it's their right kind of, I think, to kind of stream and say, hey, I'm playing this game that I bought and you guys made. I mean, why wouldn't you want it shared?
yeah, and let people see it and possibly buy it because
Yeah.
we've seen, especially even in shared play or people that stream games, they definitely sell copies of games.
Yep.
So it helps. But I mean, I think even with Square Enix's announcement of nixing that ridiculous Deus Ex pre-order bonus thing, I think they'll be listening and fix this relatively soon. Hopefully, I hope there's no strange live streaming restrictions in Rise of the
God.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine
No.
when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out and it's
Oh
like, oh, we
no.
got to block out all the Disney music.
No. Oh Lord. In today's age, oh man, that's not going to be good.
Yeah, because Disney is very strict with their stuff.
Yeah, no, they're
Um,
like the Nintendo.
yeah, they're very strict. Like, so you play Kingdom Hearts, like, nope, all the music's turned off because you don't want to hear all those Disney themes.
Exactly. Oh man, it's kind of a scary thought when you think about it. Um, but yeah, so I we'll see as
Yeah.
more Square Enix games keep getting published and released. um, let's see. Let's see, before we get into a little bit of Uncharted 4,
Hmm.
a hot game that's going to be coming out next year, a very much anticipated game. Let's talk about the man behind Uncharted, Nolan North. This question comes from Jetman 2021.
Cool.
It comes
Rush.
he yeah he comes he comes yeah he comes and says, "What do you guys make of Nolan North's recent announcement of having a new role that will be for the next 10 years?" I mean, I don't think he's talking about Destiny, right? Yeah, I believe he was talking about something else. He like made an announcement recently that he said that he has a role now that he can play for the next 10 years.
I mean, I would assume it'd be Destiny, right? I mean, Destiny's the 10-year.
I don't know, but I remember like seeing on like forums and stuff, people were freaking out that they thought maybe he was like working with WB Montreal and it was like a Superman game.
I don't know, like, why. I mean, the only thing I can see is Destiny, because Destiny is the one game I know, like, we know, like, they straight up say we do have a 10-year plan of content or whatever.
Yeah, and
You know?
this announcement was a while ago. Actually, I believe it was like 3 weeks ago. So I think it's probably Destiny actually.
Yeah, I think it's just him kind of being all like, yeah, I'm locked in now. It's not like he's going to get replaced or anything. It's like, I'm just going to be locked in for the next however long.
Right, exactly. So
Because I just don't see what else it could be, because that's the only thing that has that far of a plan. I mean, even if it is like a superhero franchise, it's not like, it's not,
But
yeah,
people
like even
freaking
if,
out.
yeah, like let's say even if you did a voice in like Superman or something like that, where it's like, yeah, but they're not going to put out Superman game every year for the next 10 years. It's not going to be constant 10 years of content like what Destiny's doing.
Well, it's
Um,
like yeah, that's true. Yeah.
so I mean, no one was already in the Arkham games. I mean, he just voiced the Penguin and other characters, just random thugs.
Exactly.
So I mean, it's not
I
too
just
much to
maybe
stretch
because
this.
it was really just a testament because the main mocap work for Uncharted 4 is done.
Yeah.
So maybe after that he was finished. He was like, oh, guess what? I got my next role. Um,
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like the next like iconic role that people would mainly know him for because I mean he's known for a lot of things, but his next Drake in terms of popularity. I don't think it's the Ghost from Destiny in my opinion, even though Destiny is a very popular game. I don't think it's that. I don't know.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, the fact that he's saying 10 years just makes me think it's Destiny because I just don't know what else would have
Yeah.
that. Just like it's like Deadpool's coming back.
I don't know. I'm thinking something with a bit more bite to it because I mean, Destiny's popular, like I said, but the Ghost is not Drake in terms of like impact or popularity.
Yeah.
Because the vibe I got from like his announcement was like, oh, this is like the next thing we'll really know him for.
Oh,
Afterwards.
maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's voicing maybe he's voicing Deadpool in Disney Infinity as a Disney Infinity character.
Oh Lord.
I mean, you could play as that character for the next 10 years. You know,
Sure.
just keep putting him out on the portal.
Disney Infinity 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, 6.0, 7.0.
Oh, and Lego Deadpool, right? He might be in the next Lego Avengers or Lego whatever.
Oh yeah, and then Lego DC, whatever they got for, whatever you got for that.
And that is Warner Brothers Interactive or Studios, whatever they're called,
Exactly.
production. So
I agree.
something like that. Yeah, because he's kind of the definitive voice of Deadpool as far as video games are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was Deadpool in the video game, Deadpool the game, and then of course the Lego games. He was still Deadpool,
Right. Exactly.
and he was Deadpool in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Good one. Yeah.
So yeah, he really stretches multiple games where Deadpool's involved. He's just the voice, so could be that too. Anytime Deadpool shows up, Nolan North comes back to voice him.
Yeah. Now before we even get to Uncharted 4, let's kind of screw ourselves over and let's talk about like Uncharted 2. Ooh, what is it? 2. This one comes from a recent journalism blunder that someone actually kind of had noticed. This one comes from a user called Soon2. He basically kind of states here, not really says anything, but it's kind of a good discussion point. He says, with a recent journalism blunder of BG247 on an awful article on how generic Uncharted 4 is, but it was Uncharted 2. It was a pretty substantial error, and even though TGS can get pretty crazy, it seems like a pretty substantial error to me.
Okay,
so
what happened?
you're gonna need some context, and I looked up into this, and it is pretty bad.
Alright, so give me a little context.
Alrighty, so BG247. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that website, but I don't even read it all that much, so it doesn't really matter. Basically, they took a freelancer or whatever that was in Tokyo and was taking a look at Uncharted and the collection. So, and then he played a bit of the collection and wrote about it. It was basically that like kind of early sequence of when you're in Nepal of Uncharted 2, like when you're running behind the truck and you're shooting it with AK.
Yep.
Everyone knows that scene. It's iconic for Uncharted. So he was writing about that, but actually in turn, like what the article was called was like, actually the title of the article was like, is Uncharted 4 too generic? And he was proclaiming himself in the article and the tone of everything to be an Uncharted veteran, but thus he couldn't differentiate Uncharted 2 from Uncharted 4. And in the article contained Uncharted 4 screenshots when in turn he was actually describing Uncharted 2, because once you saw like Nepal and like all that stuff and like him shooting behind with the AK and the truck and then like climbing to the sides and all that, and he was describing that the game was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. The most beautiful thing he had ever seen in gaming.
Okay, so he basically wrote a preview for Uncharted 4 based off of playing Uncharted 2.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And mind you, this was at TGS, which can understandably be a little misguided because actually I had been to TGS of myself actually, and sometimes I couldn't understand what like was on the screen, but I don't know, this one was pretty bad.
Yeah,
it got a letter from the main editor. Actually, way after. I mean, TGS was like last month, and actually just recently the editor put out an apology about that because Sony actually notified them about that, and they were not happy.
Yeah.
because they read it and they were just like, "That's not Uncharted 4. You're misrepresenting what you had seen." Or like,
Yeah.
Sony wasn't happy when they saw that article.
Yeah.
Pretty big blunder.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody's going to look at this as a big knock to the franchise. Like, they're all the same. I can't tell them apart.
No, but that's the deal.
games.
But no, that's the thing that no, then it's not though, because like we're gonna reminisce about Uncharted in a bit, but no, each of them are different.
Yeah.
They're not generic. I'm gonna kind of put that out there right now. Maybe Uncharted 2 might feel a little bit like older since it's kind of aged a bit, but it's fine. It's still an amazing game today, just as much as it was in '09. But I don't know, the fact that in the article he was proclaiming himself to be an Uncharted veteran. I mean, no. If you can't even differentiate that and like Uncharted 4, then I don't think he is he or she is a because it just says staff in the writing now. So he or she. So I don't to be an Uncharted fan, you know. And he or she is proclaiming that in the article. And I don't know, I didn't really like the style of writing that was in it either, and it was just I don't know, it was pretty mean. But I don't know, what does that kind of say for even that website or even other sites that kind of preview games? I mean, even though it is Tokyo and it's foreign, another language, but still, it's kind of embarrassing. And I know people make mistakes. This one's a pretty big one.
Yeah, this is a big one because you're just getting your stuff mixed up and you're, proclaiming a game, like Uncharted 4, comparing it to something that's already existed, and just kind of saying like...
And you're proclaiming yourself to be an expert at...
Yeah, and you're an expert and I'm sure that you're not. Yeah, and I mean... and like you said, mistakes happen, but this is kind of, like you said, a real blunder and some facts should have been checked.
Yeah, and actually, I can't even blame the person who wrote this. I'm going to have to blame on the person that gave the okay to actually release it.
Yeah, that's the point of an editor, right? To look over it and go, hey, wait a minute.
That's not Uncharted 4. Even with, you would have to have base gaming knowledge to even know that, too, because, Uncharted's a very iconic series, very well known, and...
I mean, was Uncharted 4 even playable at TGS?
No.
Well, there you go. You can't even write a preview Uncharted 4 because no one was even allowed to play it.
Not as far as I know. Yeah, that same demo that was at the GameStop Expo was not playable at TGS. It was only the collection.
Well, there you go. See?
So weird. And, why do you even need to write the preview of the collection? I mean, that's so stupid.
It's just one of those things where, mistakes happen, but, you just got to check these things sometimes. It's kind of like the big one. The big one was the Last Guardian thing. It was 2 years ago now?
Oh, it was pretty, at this point.
IGN had that big article proclaiming, confirmed, official.
But yeah, it's a strange thing because even though as much as we want to blame IGN as a whole company for that, it was really
just that one guy.
Yeah, it was just the one guy.
Yeah, I wasn't going to blame them as a company. I was going to blame the one guy. But they did the big confirmed whatever article front page, we have confirmed from our sources that Last Guardian is indeed canceled. And this was a day or two before E3. And it was this big thing, everybody was like, no, it got canceled, oh my god, because it's been in development for so long, and then, Sony hurried and, replied back to that, within a day, they're like, no, Last Guardian is not canceled.
Oh, no, it was within, the night, because I remember really late at night that article popped up, and, literally somebody went to bed at a reasonable time, a normal person, you would have, woke up and then maybe see that story, there, you'd be like, whoa, and then, update, and it's oh. But for people that live on the other side of the earth and people who see it like us, it's just whoa there, cowboy. But yes, mistakes happen. But I don't know. BG's 2747 is going to get a little bit wary for us from now on, and that's a bit big for me. So, and plus I don't even read them often, but this one was making the rounds quite a bit around. So. Thank you, Jetman 2021 for bringing this one up. Oh no, wait, not Jetman. SoonTube. Now
who's getting their facts wrong and getting credit?
Credit for them.
Yeah,
the usernames and they have the Japanese and the.
You're comparing our two. You're giving credit to the wrong user, just like this guy's giving the wrong credit to the wrong Uncharted game.
Well, I don't know. He wasn't really giving
It's negative credit.
Yeah,
It's
negative credit. Yeah, it was
credit.
negative credit towards Uncharted 2, which makes it even worse because isn't that the most proclaimed Uncharted game?
Yeah.
But speaking of the most proclaimed Uncharted um, game stuff, this is another thing from Malfoy 808, which I guess is Draco Malfoy, but he's from Hawaii. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. That's where they have the summer classes at Hogwarts.
Exactly. He puts on us on Uncharted. What's your favorite Uncharted moment? Dum, dum, dum,
Dun, dun,
dum,
dun.
dum. Yeah, the main title screen. Every time I get to hear
Yeah.
dude, Uncharted 4, they gotta make it real epic, right? Like
Yeah.
like really super epic. It's gotta be like better than 1, 2, and 3 because mind you, every single game is different.
Yeah,
Like with
there's
the
a slight
slight
tempo or whatever.
yeah, it's kind of like Star Wars opening thing. No, not Star Wars opening thing. No, Star Wars closing theme. Like where it's
Yes.
different. Like where it's like,
But
but like it's slightly changed a bit. You know, it's like slightly changed. But like with
Yeah.
Uncharted, it's like they even changed it in Golden Abyss, which was remarkable
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I should do a pop quiz on you. Which one you know? I should mix up the games, but we're not gonna do it here because the sound will just be terrible and stuff. But
Yeah.
actually, yeah, we won't play that game right now. We don't have time for this game. We gotta make time for you guys. But we'll do
Yeah,
that
man.
probably after. But anyways, aside from the main title screen, what's your favorite moment in Uncharted? From 1, 2, 3, the card game, Golden Abyss, multiplayer, the graphic novels, PlayStation All Stars.
PlayStation All Stars.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Little Planet costumes, I don't
Big
know.
Planet costumes.
Playing with action figures, I don't know.
Action figures.
Wearing the belt. What's your favorite Uncharted moment? He says your favorite Uncharted moment. What's the moment?
Uncharted moment. Okay, from the games.
Because we're spoiling Uncharted at this point. So
I mean, I don't know if one's a spoiler, but I don't know. My favorite Uncharted moment. It's not a big action moment. It's just this one moment.
Sometimes doesn't have to be.
I know it doesn't have to be, but it's in Uncharted 3. I don't know why. This scene stands out to me so much in Uncharted 3. You know, because we talk about how we're big into movies and we love story and you know how seeing character motivations and stuff. And in Uncharted 3, there's this one scene where it's after I don't know. There's this the big actions. There's a big action sequence, and then Drake goes to the little apartment or wherever where Elena is staying.
Yeah.
And he opens the door. He's like all tired. He's like breathing heavy. He's like,
yeah.
They took Sully. We gotta go get him. I know where they're going. The plane's leaving tomorrow, and we gotta go right now. And then he's like all out of breath. And Elena's like, no, Drake, just calm down, slow down, like slow down. And then Drake just like lays and just passes out on her lap. And I don't know. I love this scene so much because it just there's so much story context and just character context in that moment that works so well. Because, you know, when you play a game, for the most part, you don't really think of your character as a character sometimes. You just think of it as this guy you're pushing
your avatar that you're just moving around.
Your avatar, you're moving around, you're killing, you're just going forward, you know. And in this moment, your character is tired, you know. He's just out of breath. He is wore out, you know. And it's just something you don't see too often, you know, because you go through these big action sequences and you just go to the next one. There's no sense of just... you know, realism is just kind of focused in like how's that really affect him physically and emotionally.
It's pretty brilliant because like even Naughty Dog's like next game after that, The Last of Us, they do that as well. But in more ways than one.
Yeah,
but we're not talking about Last of Us, so that's hard.
Yeah, and you know, at that moment just speaks so much volumes for the character, and you see him in this kind of rest, and it just to show that he's not this unstoppable, you know, kind of machine. He has this moment of like humanity to it, and you know, just when he just lies there quick, and then he just like. And then it's just between the two characters, you know, he's just lying there quiet, and Elena's just there. And then Drake looks up, and he's like, "Oh, you're still wearing it," you know, pointing it to the ring, you know. And it's just this, like you know, it's so great because it's just so minimalistic storytelling without, you know, over, you know, exposition, you know, explaining how these guys are feeling, you know, what's their situation together. You know, it's just so great that Uncharted managed to put such, you know, a human moment in an action game. You know, and no one does that, you know. like Naughty Dog,
Mm.
And then like you said, and then we get to Last of Us, and that's just all
It's
moments
all
like that,
yeah, it's all
with characters
because
stuff like that.
because Joel's definitely humanized. He's not just like a machine dude, just like taking those bandages, man, and just going through the motions. No, like dude, basically like every cutscene of Last of Us, is like him pulling through, him and Ellie pulling through, and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's
that's
a
why I
good
love
one. I
that.
mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
why I
you're
love
not
that
the only
scene.
one that has that my favorite scene. That one is not one I remember getting talked about too often. So that's a good one.
Yeah, that one just stood out to me right as I was playing, and that scene just stood out to me so much.
Yeah, and I have all the Uncharted games, even anything from 2.
Hmm.
Now, I kind of split this one a bit, so I'm kind of cheating. At
Okay.
least for my favorite set piece moment in Uncharted, has got to be from Uncharted 3 with the cruise ship. That was neat. The
Yeah.
way that was implemented gameplay
Yeah,
wise,
that was a really good one too.
yeah, that one
It's
was
weird,
super
like
neat.
everybody. Well, I don't want to get too off topic, but I mean everybody's like, oh, Uncharted 3. I'm like, but like I'm trying to think of my favorite moments from the series, like outside of that moment that I just described,
Mm,
and a lot of them are from Uncharted 3. Like a
exactly.
lot of my favorite moments are Uncharted 3. Like I said, the ship thing was a great action sequence when he's on the boat, tipping over and all that.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat. Like the way, like the cinematography with it and all that was so neat, and the way the
Hmm.
gameplay changed around it was so neat, and it technically looked awesome. Um,
Yeah.
but actually, this one might come up as a surprise. But actually, my favorite Uncharted moment might have to come from Uncharted 2.
Damn it.
This is
You
what
threw off my point.
curveball. No, but Uncharted 3 is
No.
still my favorite game,
Yeah.
all around Uncharted game.
Hmm.
But the reason why I gotta describe the one in Uncharted 2. It comes when after amid all the craziness that you go through in Uncharted 2. I believe it's after even the train, if I remember correctly, is when in Nepal when you're with well, the big buddy, whatever his name is. I even forgot. So like, maybe his character wasn't memorable. The Indian guy or whatever his name was. You're with him, and then you're up there in that hill, dressed with like regular clothes and stuff in your snow clothes, and you're just up there and you're just hanging out and chilling with walking around. And that moment for me was like definitely. I mean, not that it was already apparent already playing Uncharted 2 because Uncharted 2 was such an awesome game as well. Is that it was that real quality difference that we got from Uncharted 1 because I played Uncharted 1 before Uncharted 2, and as great as Uncharted 1 was, we still didn't know it was going to be that marquee pillar franchise yet for Sony, even though it sold well and it did very well critically as well, and people liked it. Uncharted 2 was like that big jump. And I think it was more apparent than ever in that one scene because it was so technically cool how he was able to interact with all that stuff around him, touching the animals and playing ball with the kids.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. I remember playing that scene over and over again, how cool it was, and see if there was anything I missed around because there was like so much detail in there. And
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
something apparent that Naughty Dog really put in their future games because there were more moments like that where you were just where it was not crazy, it was relaxed.
Yeah, these quiet moments where you
Yeah,
kind of more
exactly.
just where you take in the surroundings and the environment.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause you see
It
a
was
lot of that
important.
again. Again, you see a lot of it in The Last of
Most of
Us. Like
us.
that was a big part of The Last of Us was kind of taking in the scene and the environment, through exploring and
And Uncharted
whatever.
3 does have it, but not to that level, really, I think.
Yeah.
Because it had like scenes maybe where you were walking around slower than you would. It's not like you were doing chase scenes, but like as you were like playing as like Little Drake, you were able to walk around, look around your surroundings. That was really neat. It's not really on rails or like on like a fast pace. But
Mhm.
Uncharted 2, I think that was really neat because it was something that Naughty Dog had implemented into future games and pretty important.
Yeah.
At least in my eyes, design wise. And then so we saw Elena too. So more Elena stuff.
Mhm.
So I think that was my all favorite Uncharted moment. So we'll see. Uncharted 4 brings more of those moments, or even tops them too, which is going to be remarkable.
Mhm.
But now even more Uncharted. More Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Because Uncharted is just a fun thing. And then, a celebration with the series collection, people playing it again,
Yeah,
or for the first time, even though we might have spoiled a favorite moment that you might have. But who knows? Maybe you played them all already. Because when you play Uncharted, it's difficult to stop playing.
Well, didn't you see that article? Apparently, like 80% of people who have a PS4 never played Uncharted.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
took
that's
those
a crazy
statistical.
high. Yeah, that's a crazy high number.
I'm going to be willing to bet that they took that statistical data from people who have trophy lists on PS3 and PS4 and look to see if they have any Uncharted trophies pinged.
I guess, because that number seems crazy. Like, you're telling me that a pillar PlayStation franchise and only 20% of PS4 owners have played it.
I don't know. Is that saying, like, on Xbox One, 80% of people have never played a Halo game?
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Crazy numbers right there.
I don't know, because you wouldn't be able to say the same for that for, like, Gran Turismo or God of War, you don't think, right? Because those games sell more than Uncharted.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't Uncharted supposed to be like the pillar thing? Like,
Yeah, I know. I'm just curious, like, if maybe we had statistical data for, like,
other
Gran
exclusives.
Turismo, Gran Turismo or God of War. You know, I wonder what that would be because Gran Turismo sells more than Uncharted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Gran Turismo 5 did. 6, not so much. So, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways, what was it? What was I at again?
I don't know. You're about to ask another question.
Yeah. Who is in line to make? This one comes from Ricard. He asks, "Who's in line to meet their fate in Uncharted 4? Who's going to die in Uncharted?
Who's going to die? Who's going to bite the dust?
Who's gonna meet God?"
Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's see. How do I start this? So, let's just kind of break this down real quick. So, Drake's not going to die.
Drake's not going to die. It's too easy.
Because it's too easy. It's just too easy to be like, this is the final game, the final story. Let's kill the main
cliche thing and kill him.
Yeah, kill the main character. So no, you're not going to kill Drake. They're not going to kill Sully because they've already messed with it. Yeah, they've already missed the point. If they wanted to kill him, they would have killed him in the third game.
This is funny because, like, my brother hates Sully. I don't know why. My brother loves the Uncharted series. He loves it nearly as much as I do, but he hates Sully. He doesn't like Sully at all. I don't know why. But he wants Sully to die. He wants him to die, but I'm like, dude, they messed with it on Uncharted 3. Because, yeah, as weird as much as the Uncharted fan he is, he's never played 3. Which is weird. But once I get the collection, he'll probably play 3. And he'll understand. They messed with it, though.
Yeah, I mean, not only, like, actually, I thought about it, too. Like, yeah, they actually fake killed him in the first game, too. Like, Uncharted 1 Uncharted 1 did the fake out, and it turned out he didn't die. Spoilers.
But that was in, like, a different context, though.
Yeah,
like, he didn't care for Sully as much. It was in the beginning of the game, and, like...
He didn't care for him.
It was a red herring, and, like...
Yeah, but still, they did the fake out in the first game, and they did the fake out in the third game. So it's just one of those things where, like, even if they did kill him in the fourth game, the impact would definitely be less, because it's like... Whoa! Now he's dead, you know?
Well, I don't know.
Like,
would it depend on the way that he would die, maybe? Like, not just getting shot, but, like, maybe getting left behind on like, a certain situation?
I mean, they would have to really do it in a way that's like...
Not getting shot.
They have to do something that's impactful and definitive, you know? To where it can't just be like, oh, no, we faked it again.
We would need to see that death on screen, though. Can't be any like cop out like, oh, is he dead or maybe is he not?
This game's rated M for one scene and one scene only. We just brutally kill Sully.
Well, as far as I remember, I don't know if Uncharted is rated yet. I think it's gotta be T.
Yeah, it's they said they want to keep it a T-rated franchise.
Good. Drake, no, but like any of the side characters, Chloe that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, Chloe was really put to the side in Uncharted 3.
It was put to the side in Uncharted 3, but I mean, who knows about her in Uncharted 4? I mean, what's her character model going to look like?
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just don't feel like we know enough about those characters to where we even care. You know, really, think about it. Like, we really don't know much about Chloe. She just kind of came out of nowhere in Uncharted 2, and we just kind of like, okay.
She was there from the beginning.
Yeah, but we don't know anything about her, really.
That we don't have like the deep connection like Sully, Elena, and Drake. Yeah,
like
we will have with Drake's brother.
Yeah, like she just came out of nowhere in Uncharted 2, and it was just like, oh, hey, you're my friend, whatever, and like, okay.
Came and went.
Yeah, came and went.
And then Uncharted 3, she was just basically helping out.
Yeah, and Uncharted 3, it felt like Naughty Dog was like, well, I guess we can bring her back, and then just use her for like 1 or 2 scenes, and that's it, she's gone. And then same thing with like Carver. They just used him for like
In the beginning.
from the beginning. Well, no, they were trying to do that whole like. Well,
Well,
for
wait a
him,
minute. They faked Sully's
yeah,
death again.
yeah,
They did it twice in Uncharted 3. They can't do it. Yeah, they can't do it.
yeah. But
Sully likes pretending to be dead. So, like, even when Sully's in his deathbed about to die, I wouldn't even believe if he flatlines.
he'll just pop back up and like, oh, I got you.
Yeah, got El Goddamn Dorado.
Yep.
That's his last word.
He'll pull out some magic ring or coin or something and bring him back to life.
Okay, dude, that is officially ridiculous. That they, yeah. Now I just thought about it because now I just remember. Because, sorry, man, it's been 4 years. Uncharted 3. Unfortunately, like they fake killed Sully and they fake killed Drake. Well, that was the only time Drake really faked his death, right?
Guess.
For Drake.
Or, no, like they'll find the. No, wasn't no. They have to find the found youth or something. And
Well,
try
that
to
was the
live
one
forever.
for Elena.
Yeah, yeah.
For Uncharted
They do-
2.
Yeah, Uncharted 2. That's yeah. See, they faked her death too, and she came back.
So then it's like, well, if she dies, can I maybe find a fountain of youth to revive her or something?
Yeah. See, that was another. See, Elena's another character too, where they did the fake death thing, and it's kind of
It's
like,
just
well,
ridiculous. If anything, man, probably Drake's brother goes in some way if he's a traitor or something like that or whatever. But here's the thing: this is the only really story worry I have for Uncharted 4. And someone asked me this, but this wasn't like a prominent question I wanted to bring up even here. Like, I just hope it's not a go through the motions Uncharted, because the great thing about Uncharted 3 and why we love it so much is also the unpredictability, especially the first time that we played it, right?
yeah, because Uncharted. I mean, a lot of people are like,
Oh,
Uncharted 2 is the best. Oh, but Uncharted 2 is like beat for beat the first game. You know, story wise. You know, like
The being betrayed and like
yeah,
the
you're
supernatural
there.
twist.
Supernatural twist at the end, the betrayal, and just kind of like, okay. I mean, it's kind of the same story beats. Where Uncharted 3 was like really going against those beats. You know, it was like, oh look, this guy's not betraying you. He's betraying the bad guys to be with you. You know, with Carver, and it's like, oh, that's cool. And then there's the parallelisms between mentors, and that's cool, and the focus on just these other things, and just like and like other moments where like Drake doesn't make every jump. You know, like in cutscenes and stuff, and like Sully doesn't always catch him. It's like. So like I do like the way Uncharted 3 kind of changes up your expectations a bit. So Uncharted 4 definitely needs to kind of continue that trend.
Oh yeah, or even throw more curveballs. Not just in doing character deaths, because that's pretty predictable. In terms of doing other things that twist the story around, or like how exactly Drake's story is going to end without killing him the most predictable way possible.
But well, I mean, there's got to be some supernatural enemies to fight at the end, right?
Actually, God.
I mean, Uncharted 1 had Uncharted 1 had zombies. Uncharted 2 had the abominable snowman. Uncharted 3 had Ghost Rider. Spoilers, people.
Yeah, I know. For Uncharted 4, I mean, what exactly is he even looking for?
We don't know. I don't think they even said what the story is yet. Just we know nothing of the story. All we know is it's his final adventure. He teams up with his brother, and there's Sully, and yeah.
I don't know, because given the nature of like the AI of Uncharted 4, how it's like really different. It's almost like Last of Us-y, kind of like open-ended AI, where you can like be spotted and unspotted, because like once you were spotted in Uncharted, you're done. I'm kind of hoping not, actually. It would kind of be its game's onslaught, but I don't know. I don't think that's needed. I think it'd stick to just it would change up the enemy variety towards the end, so the game is not repetitive. But if the game's ending is like really ambitious, that we've heard of, could possibly change things in a way. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I would just like all the characters to live. By the way, I mean, who knows if it'll be a happy ending for all of them to live? It doesn't have to be, but. Because maybe for Uncharted 4, maybe I wouldn't like a happy ending to it, or maybe just like a ending that's just like, okay, Drake, you're definitely not going to be adventuring anymore. Something for him to definitely retire at that point. And it doesn't have to be a character death. It can be something else that happens to him.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, or something. Elena's going to have a kid with Drake. I don't know. Um, but even though we're gonna go a little OT, this is an episode for you guys. So we're answering all your questions here, so we won't get backlogged for the next week. So then we can go over all the news that will happen this next week, and then whatever questions you guys send afterwards. But we do have one more topic. I believe it's only 2 questions about Rock Band 4.
Okay.
You're up for some Rock Band 4? This one comes from Emmett, and it's not the Emmett that we know and love. The one that sat in. It's a different Emmett.
So there's a Lego movie in it?
I don't know. Maybe he is as plain Jane. Well, his question is just as plain Jane as Emmett. He asked, should I purchase Rock Band 4? So it is pretty plain Jane, just like Emmett.
Okay, yeah, okay, so here's
Pretty
my
open-ended question.
Here's the question. Which version do you plan on getting? Like, do you plan on getting the base game, the game with guitar, or band in a box bundle?
I don't know if it's not here. I mean, he says, should he buy Rock Band 4? I don't know.
Okay,
this one came from YouTube. I don't know his trophies. If he has Rock Band 2 or
okay, I'm gonna try to break this down real quick. So if you already have all the old instruments and you just want to buy the base game, like just the regular game, yeah, sure, go ahead and do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have any instruments and you want to buy either the guitar bundle or the band the box bundle, you can do that. Just be forewarned that the quality isn't perfect with those instruments.
I mean, they're probably finally made.
They're finally made. It's just the problem is the new instruments run off a Bluetooth connection rather than a dongle, and because of that causes some lag and latency. So if you're like an expert at guitar, you're going to be really thrown for a loop when you first play, and you're going to have to like calibrate and try to get your setting right, and it's just going to be a readjustment, to kind of get to the new flow of Rock Band 4. There's just something weird with it. But I mean, like I said, we hope for maybe updates because I was in contact with Mad Catz last night for some stuff, and they told me that a new software update will be available either.
Wow, getting that insider information.
That insider scoop, man.
Good.
Yeah, they told me it's a not a firmware, but a software update for the Rock Band 4 game will be available. He said probably Thursday or Friday, and today is Thursday. We're recording. There is no update.
This isn't the big patch that they were talking about for December.
No, that's not the big one for December. This is just
you got that kind of scoop. Where's this new story anywhere?
There's like a 1.02, I would assume.
I mean, I don't know if it's newsworthy, but it's something for connection of instruments on PlayStation 3 at least. Oh, well, PS4, I mean.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know what the update fixes or anything, but he did say there should be a new one this weekend. So hopefully that may do some improvements, stability and maybe some instrument connection stability. So we'll see. So I'm not completely writing off those instruments. I'm just forewarning you that right now in their current state, they're not 100% reliable.
Nope, not at all. And I can attest to that because I have the guitar.
Yeah.
My Rock Band 3 drums work perfectly, and I'm sure the microphone works fine, but as for the guitar instruments, they do not.
And the drums don't work either.
Oh, yeah. The Rock Band 4 drums. But Rock Band 3 drums with the dongle work.
Yes.
Glad you could cover that one.
Yeah.
And our last one for the day comes from Kyle James. He asks, will the updated content packs coming to Rock Band be more substantial than just songs?
Well, yes.
Yeah, that's what they had kind of stated ever since the game was first announced. So
yeah, they said that it would be a platform and new features would be updated through, big patches. Because, obviously there'll be small patches like what I was talking about, like for stability and stuff like that. But, as far as content patches, those will be big and announced ahead of time. Like the first one's coming December. That'll add new track speeds and some other little things. They said they haven't gone into too much detail over, but
yeah, that's exciting. It's the thing that I need to keep reminding myself of every single time I play the game, because even if there's features that are missing from Rock Band 3 to Rock Band 4 with the leaderboard stuff, and I would just like the more expanded solo play for Rock Band 4 due to the fact there's no online stuff.
Yeah, but like I said, we keep stressing that, or Mike keeps stressing that. It is a platform launch. This is the only Rock Band game we're getting, possibly this generation. So it's just one of those things where it's got to evolve over time.
Yeah, it's just going to take a little bit of time. And remember, they do have that $50 million investment in the game post-launch. So I'm sure that's where the money's going to go. And if people buy DLC, buy. I bought only a couple this week's because they were the Amazon pre-order bonus songs. So I fell in love. I was just like, buy them, I guess. But I bought them, and
Some good songs.
yeah, and I'll continue to buy whatever new Rock Band 4 DLC. It might seem like it gets weekly, but it's just that they put it with the first 2 weeks of release because they were all the pre-order songs. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, no, they said this is the start of weekly content.
Oh,
So
yes, exactly. So
they have
wrong.
to put out some songs next week, and since they're done doing the pre-order stuff, right? So there should be new songs.
Yeah, new stuff
this week.
So actually, because usually the announcements of this come Friday, so maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, or by the time you're hearing this,
Yeah,
it should be already up.
at least 3 new songs will be announced for Rock Band 4. So I'm excited. Maybe some of that Van Halen that they were promising, or U2. Hopefully it's U2 that I want. Or just something completely new. Led Zeppelin.
Oh, shit.
Why did you put it in the main game?
Yeah, just know you told me you got the rights and developed it within 2 weeks.
Dude, if that were to happen in the game, Shonen definitely got delayed. Shoot. I would have done backflips and just like, I would have been rushing home to play Rock Band 4 at that point. But yeah, tomorrow probably new songs should be announced, so that's exciting. But yeah, with that, I believe that is all of the questions that we have.
Oh boy, we finished the mailbag.
Yeah, we finished the mailbag, but that was an hour.
Yeah, a little over an hour. That's fine. So, yeah.
We naturally went over OT, which was great. We didn't have to rush over anything.
Yeah, we didn't rush anything. That's good. But, yeah, so you see that. You send us questions. We answer them. We did this nice little viewer mail episode. So, if you have any questions, you can, message us in a plethora of ways. Plethora? I think that's the word.
Plethora.
I think I'm saying plethora. There you go. I couldn't say it right. Plethora of ways. There is the direct way. You can message directly on PSN, me at Body Boys, or co-host at Double Is. You can message him. He usually covers the mail. You can also comment directly on the YouTube video. You can direct message on YouTube, which we did get one time, and we did. My co-host here forgot that was an option, so he didn't see it for a while. But you do have direct messaging on YouTube. What else we got? We do have a Facebook fan page.
Yes.
We got some people that like that. You can comment, message there. Let's see what else. We got the community page now on PSN. You can go and join. There's a wall. You can post questions.
Just be appropriate on there, people.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you can post your questions to there. We'll see them and take them into consideration for the episode. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting one. I don't know. I think that's all the ways you can message us and questions.
Yeah.
All that.
People just need to tune in.
Didn't we get a Twitter question, even though we don't even have a Twitter?
Well, I mean, it was from my personal Twitter.
Oh.
I actually put my Twitter handle on my PSN username, but
okay.
I believe the Twitter question came from Emmett. Yeah, that was the one.
Emmett from the Lego Movie.
Yeah, not Emmett. Not that one. I mean, he has a Twitter account of his own. Not that one.
But yeah.
As much as we appreciate you, and you should probably come, but probably not next week because next week is going to be pretty substantial for adventure games.
Yes.
Tales of Borderlands is ending. Life is Strange is ending.
Yes.
I will do my best to give at least some sort of impression on both of those next week. Even though I will not delve into story bits whatsoever. I will talk about just did they end well? Did they make up for any shortcomings of the previous episodes? Because actually, Tales of Borderlands episode 4 was fine as well, but probably the weakest as well. Not bad week, but not as bad week as Life is Strange episode 4, but a little weak. So I'm excited. Both of them are going to end.
Yep.
All things must come to an end, just like this episode. So
yes, this episode needs to come to an end. So, like I said, with that, like I said, I've gone over the ways you can message us. We can do more viewer mail and questions and all that good stuff. But with that, this has been the PSBS, the PlayStation Podcast. I'm your host, Coach PSN Bio Boys, and my coach here is
Andrew Ramirez. Everyone have a good week. Enjoy
Yes.
playing games, whatever you've been
Yes.
playing.
Play some games.
What's coming out next week?
What's
Other than the
Guitar Hero Live.
we'll see about the Guitar Hero Lives. We'll see.
Yeah.
Probably works perfectly, at least with the guitar.
Yeah, the guitar has a dongle in that one, so you don't worry about Bluetooth.
God, if only I can trade.
Dongles and all that. Yeah.
Why couldn't Guitar Hero be Bluetooth?
And then, no, Halo 5 is the next week. I was thinking, like, does Guitar Hero come the same day as Halo? I'm like, no, Halo's next week.
Halo 5 is next week.
Well, not this week, but next. Not this Tuesday, but next.
Yeah, because some reviewers already have it. The press already have Halo 5 already. Wow.
Early copies.
God. I love Halo. It's like, you know I love my Halo.
I don't know. I have no opinion of Halo.
Well, I mean, at least the Bungie Halos.
But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, with that, this has been PSBS 35. Like I said, and like I said, have a good week, play your games, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week. And